Donald Trump has, as we've talked about in the past, actually said many things in the past that directly contradict the defense he's now putting forward in regard to his indictment, at least publicly, on federal criminal charges in relation to his handling of classified documents. And what I mean by that, again, something we've discussed many times because it's just as hypocritical as it gets, is he used to, whenever he was trying to attack Hillary Clinton, would very aggressively criticize her handling of classified documents and talk about the importance of being responsible with classified material. And now that he's being held accountable for things so much more severe than anything Hillary Clinton was accused of or credibly accused of, he's changed his tune very significantly. And I want to show you a Republican Accountability Project ad that they put together that is titled, "It's Time to Hold Trump to Trump's Own Standard." It uses some of those clips we've talked about previously, and then we'll walk through, while on this subject of Trump's indictment, some other bits of information. Take a look at this from the Republican Accountability Project.
Donald Trump was indicted for stealing classified documents. Here's what he used to say about protecting classified information.
I'm going to enforce all laws concerning the protection of classified information.
Many of them were classified, highly classified, and you go to jail for that.
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified.
It's time to hold Trump to Trump's own standard.
Seems fair to me. As you'll know, I was talking to Trump supporters outside of the federal courthouse in Miami during Trump's arrest and arraignment, and one of the discussions that came up multiple times was this bizarre, mind-boggling kind of delivery of thoughts that many people would bring forward, which was in one sentence saying Hillary Clinton should be in prison right now for her handling of sensitive material, even though she was, number one, never even credibly accused of anything like what Trump has been, and also was investigated extensively and cleared. And Trump shouldn't be held accountable legally for much more severe allegations that that tons of evidence has been brought forward in this unsealed indictment to back up. And it was just, the cognitive dissonance was truly, truly fascinating to see. And the fact that obviously Trump and his supporters won't really care, but that the hypocrisy is that blatant is pretty stunning. Then continuing on the subject of Trump's indictment, a little bit of his reaction recently. This is, of course, post-arrest and arraignment. And on True Social, he says, "So now that everyone understands that the Presidential Records Act plus the Clinton Sox case totally exonerated me from the continuing witch hunt brought on by corrupt Joe Biden, the DOJ, deranged Jack Smith, and the radical left, Marxist thugs, when are they going to drop all charges against me, apologize, and return everything that was illegally taken, Fourth Amendment, from my house? This was nothing other than election interference." So much there. He's saying the Fourth Amendment protects him from a legal raid that they got a warrant to do. So all raids, even when they go through the legal process, they go to a court, they get a warrant, all of that is violating the Fourth Amendment, your protection against unreasonable search and seizure. Yeah, okay, I don't think so. And then also just so much that is incorrect about that, thinking he should be given back the documents that he illegally took from the government. The interesting thing too is he has been treated with kid gloves to an extent that he should appreciate. Obviously he won't, but he should appreciate, because time and time again the government gave him an opportunity to turn over these documents and just kind of most likely leave it at that. Even though for months he was acting improperly, they would have, if he had just turned over sooner these documents and didn't force them into raiding his home, probably let it slide because of the fear of indicting a former president. And there's some extensive reporting to that effect. And so then finally they were forced into doing this, and he feels like he's being so wronged, and everyone's saying he's being persecuted, when in reality he's being treated preferentially for who he is. Pretty stunning. The next post here: prosecutorial misconduct at a level seldom seen in our country before. Then he goes on to say, after going through a criminal investigation for 2 years by the district attorney's office in Westchester County, New York, it was just announced the case has been dropped and no charge will be filed. This was the honorable thing to do in that I did nothing wrong. But where and when do I get my reputation back? When will the other fake case against me be dropped? Election interference. He's proving the opposite point. When there's not enough evidence to charge him, clearly, investigators don't charge him. And actually, they seem to have waited a very long time to charge him for things there were evidence for crimes he had committed. But whenever there isn't evidence, he's not being gone after. This isn't political persecution. And certain cases not panning out, him not being charged for his actions in those, proves that very fact that this is about the evidence. It's not political persecution. Now, he also released a video thanking people for traveling to Miami, Florida to witness or show their support during his arrest and arraignment.
All of the thousands of people in Miami, great place, for showing up at the courthouse and doing it in such an elegant manner, but showing respect because you recognize that this was a false and fraudulent indictment of me by corrupt people. To see the love and the just the spirit was incredible. It was an incredible thing to witness. And the Hispanic community, Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, so much, and so many people. I just want to thank everybody. It was heartwarming to watch it. The love, the total love and the spirit. So again, to Miami and to all of the people in Miami.
Okay. I was down there. I don't know how much love was gushing out of all the people during his arrest and arraignment. Then one other random note. This is just a miscellaneous Trump segment, I gotta say. You might remember that this happened at the Versailles restaurant that he went to in Miami after his arrest.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Food for everyone. Food for everyone.
And reportedly, he didn't pay for anyone's food. Yeah, not a shocker. And then one last thing we'll touch on. This is from the Washington Post. One of Donald Trump's new attorneys proposed an idea in the fall of 2022. The former president's team could try to arrange a settlement with the Justice Department, and talks about how one of Trump's attorneys, Christopher Kais, pitched the idea of, listen, if we just make a deal with the DOJ and say, we'll give you everything back if we can just clear this up, then maybe we can clear it up. And of course, Trump denied that and said, no, I have to keep all of these documents because why? Still don't know exactly why, ego or interest or some other more malicious reason. Who knows? But he was intent on making sure he committed as many crimes as possible with these classified documents. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.